It will be all or nothing for Manchester United as they do travel to Wembley to take on Coventry City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Withholding nothing, withholding nothing. Welcome to the United of Sport. My name is Webb. It is a Saturday, and if you all expected a serious Webb as usual, guys, you're mistaken. We're chilling a bit because, trust me, we are cruising to our 22nd final in the FA Cup, and will be a record that if we do achieve that, trust me, Coventry will be taken to school. But who will be the trusted players? My starting 11 is already in place. But did you know that only the captain, Bruno Fernandes, Andre Onana, the goalkeeper, and Diogo Dallo have played more minutes than this boy, Alejandro Garnacho, this season? Guys, the boy needs a rest. The boy needs a rest. That, for me, is one of the changes I would expect Erik Ten Hag to make. And it won't be about the fallout between the two after the last game against Bournemouth, where he substituted him and he went on to like a comment on Twitter. But it's really, the boy has communicated without saying it. Clearly, his body has been telling the boss that, come on, guy, rest me, rest me. I've been playing too many games, and he had become blunt a bit. You know, if you do the same thing for a long time, it's so easy for you to become blunt. If you have you tried, say, walking from here to from point A to point B for like so many times without stopping, you reach a point when you're in auto walk. You're just walking, you know, without a plan. You're not even just thinking about it. Your body just carries you to there and brings you back. That's exactly what Alejandro Garnacho has been going through. This boy has played 2,000, look, 2,888 minutes. Now, for a 19-year-old kid in this system that we play under Erik Ten Hag, where you've got to go forward and come back, go forward and come back, attack and track back. No wonder the boy couldn't track back. 2,885 minutes is what he's played in 44 games this season. Guys, that is too much for Alejandro Garnacho. And if there is one chance we have to rest him, it's against Coventry. And not disrespecting Coventry, we need our best team for the Coventry game, but also we need to protect our best players. Erik Ten Hag was attacking the boy because the boy has run out of steam. He plays a demanding position, being a winger who loves to carry the ball, take on defenders. He's beaten probably, they kick him in the legs. He's always, whenever he carries the ball, he covers a couple of yards with it. He's not like an Anton who will get the ball and just pass and move. So that alone, and then he has to track back when we don't have the ball. That is so demanding for anyone. Now think about a 19-year-old kid. Erik Ten Hag has got to do it without fear. And that's a sign of a good manager who trusts his squad. And probably the reason, and I've been thinking about it, the reason probably why these injuries have looked so, and because I don't really think we are the club with the worst injuries in history. But yes, they are bad and they are biting without a shadow of a doubt. And there are so many that are coming in quick and fast. But the fact that Erik Ten Hag, when all players are fit, he does not rotate his players well to give certain players game time and minutes. It's why when certain players get injured, we become like a backyard team. We become like a backyard team because you don't have a squad full of players like Amad Diallo. You've got players like Christian Eriksen. You've got all these players who have got decent quality in them, but you keep benching them, game in and play the same players, start the same players. Obviously, it is going to affect them, and that's why these injuries will come at them because even the style which Erik Ten Hag wants to play is demanding to the players. So what do you expect from them? They are humans, well, fam, and they are playing in a league that has got the most or the highest intensity. What do you expect from them? So for me, as we go into this game, and that is my predicted starting 11, I'm thinking if two players needed to be rested, they should be Bruno Fernandes, but of course, being an important game and how he performed, and he's always the one working hard. For Bruno, you can understand that we need him. He's a sacrifice, and that must that should keep giving. So for him, we can understand. But even Bruno needed a rest long time ago. Just that now we are in critical stages where you can't afford to rest him. You need your most committed player to be on the pitch and running and doing the hard work. Otherwise, these bunches of nobodies are going to sell you out. But Bruno needs to rest, but if it's not for tomorrow's game, and I'm not saying he should be rested for tomorrow's game, but if Bruno plays, I think for me, if there are two players who need a rest, It is Garnacho because he's tired, and Marcus Rashford. So give a chance to Amad Diallo, who has already warranted himself a chance to play at least in the FA Cup. He may not be good enough yet to be starting games in the English Premier League, but Amad Diallo can start games together with Anthony. Anthony is a given. He's growing in confidence. He got a little bit of a setback because he was benched, I think, for the most part of the Chelsea game. Then he gets an injury, but he's returned and been training well. I expect him to start ahead of Garnacho. If because knowing Erik Ten Hag, it's difficult for Erik Ten Hag to bench Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. That's why Ahmad might still start on the bench. But for me, I expect Anthony back in the team. Most important, or even it could be Ahmad starting in the Garnacho position. For me, the most important change I need to see in the team is Alejandro Garnacho getting some bit of rest. Let him be on the bench. If things don't work, you can bring him on because he's a hot player who can come up with fresh feet and turn up the party. But give the boy some rest. Ten Hag, rest some of these kids. The pressure of getting results shouldn't let you make you forget that you're working with humans playing football at the topmost level. So very important. I needed to highlight that. But that's the starting now. I have, of course, some changes might be forced on him, and honestly, whereas this could be, I mean, the Man United starting 11 with Erik Ten Hag is so easy to predict, but I think some changes might be forced on him. For example, I'm not 100% sure that Harry Maguire is 100% fit. I'm not 100% convinced that he's fit. Erik Ten Hag hinted that he just returned to training. So did Scott. I think they trained today. But I don't think Maguire will be 100% fit. But if he gives us a 70%, if he's at 70%, then we have no option we have but to start with him. But at the very worst scenario might be Maguire not fit enough to start at all or to even take part in the game. And that would mean Erik Ten Hag has got to now find solutions. Yeah? Ten Hag has got to find solution to find a partner for Willy Kambwala. So very important for us to take note of that. Now here is the Manchester United squad that was spotted at the airport. So we have Onana, Heaton, Baindil, Diogo Dalot, Wan Bissaka, Maguire, Jackson, Amas, Casemiro, Mainu, Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho, Anthony, Rashford, Hoyland, Whitley, Foson, and Ahmad. You notice or you realize that I did not mention Willy Kambwala. I don't know that you realize that. I did not mention Willy Kambwala. So I'm just telling you that this boy, rather Harry Maguire, is not 100% fit because he just returned to training. But even if he's giving that 60%, he should be playing. But now Kambwala too is not in the squad. Kambwala is not, at least was not seen. Maybe he went alone, but why would he? But he's not part of those listed, the guys who are seen at the airport. But that said, I'm hoping that he will be there. I expect that he will be there. There's no confirmation about his fitness or whether he's fit or not. But there are questions. That's why I said Erik Ten Hag's changes some of them might be forced on him because of the situation. We will see. We'll see what will happen. Even Scott, he had said he would return in training and could be able to play. But again, there is no guarantee that Scott McTominay, who will be available for the game. At least, I mean, we've seen players before not seen at the airport, but they travel and they are seen either by road and stuff. But I also, because I also don't see I also don't see certain players here on the list. So, but anyhow, I don't want even to go into the prophecy. We'll wait and see the exact players who will be there. But from the list that was seen at the airport, there was no Willy Kambwala. Maguire was there. There was no Willy Kambwala. And there are some new names there that perhaps you are not familiar with. Will they be replacements for Kambwala? We'll get to know the facts. But regardless, we expect to see changes in that team. I expect to see changes in that team. Garnacho is the first change I expect to see. Subscribe to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. I'll catch you later.